All right. Comments on.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this evening's council meeting. If you haven't already, please silence your cell phones. City of Anamosa City Council Agenda, regular session Tuesday, May 26, 2026, 6 p.m. Anamosa Library and Learning Center. 1.0 roll call.
Here.
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 Here. Here.
All 6 council members are present in chambers. 2.0 Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Three point zero consent agenda review and approve. There are 4 items listed on the agenda. I'll read all 4 off, after which council can make a motion that includes the word consent, which will bring all 4 up for discussion in a single vote, or council can make a motion on any of the items. Item A, minutes from May 11th, 2026 regular session. Item B, minutes from May 18th, 2026 closed session. Item C, current bills. Item D, cigarette, tobacco, nicotine, vapor permits.
Second.
Motion by Kay, second by Rich. Council discussion.
Are all those insurance items that we're paying insurance, is that a monthly bill?
I think it's a yearly, once a year. This is about the time, unfortunately, it's after the budget process. And
Yeah.
so we're always behind a little bit. We get our insurance payments, they come in the spring, but after budget season, so, it's playing catch up.
And at one time, like in January, she was gonna come and talk to us. Whatever happened with that?
I got to schedule that.
Okay.
That's on me. She is eager to be here. We just haven't had a couple of bigger agendas, and so we've just been coordinating, but we do need to make that happen.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Steve, I got a couple questions on the lab floor. Is that under the fire? No, it is not. He's doing that work.
We did. That was just the supplies. To put down one of those epoxy floors with the flake in it.
And then Schaefer bills, those are all covered under insurance. Fire temp heat.
Yeah, yep. Because they brought in a temporary furnace after the fire. They did the water line repairs and put in a new heater, which is all under the fire.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else? Public comment on the items. Haley, would you conduct a roll vote, please?
Hickman? Yes. Ada?
Yes. Yes.
Hanson?
Yes.
Bert?
Yes.
Trump?
Yes.
Consent motion to approve carries. 4.0 presentation. 4.1 project status update HR Green.
Good evening. Melissa Clow with HR Green. Made it just in time. My daughter had a little bit of car trouble, so I apologize. Our most recent project status report, we held our second public meeting for the 3rd Street Sidewalk Project on 5/14. So I'm following up on a number of comments that I received from the public at that meeting, and we'll be moving forward with temporary and permanent easement acquisitions. And following that, we will have final plan submittal to the DOT for letting. As far as the sidewalk program goes, we anticipate in the next few weeks that we will be wrapped up with our Tiger Eye coordination and we can set a date to come in and discuss that further with council. So I will coordinate that with the city administrator. Water treatment plant aerator replacement materials and aerator are scheduled to be delivered in June. Construction will be completed in June or July for final completion by 7/31. The sewer in the alley between Ford and Huber, punch list items are complete. The project's ready to be closed out after pay applications and remaining change orders are approved. City GIS, the GIS administration is ongoing. The new experienced builder applications are being built to align with depreciation of the web app builder. All existing apps are being converted over to the new application and that's ongoing. So if there are any questions when that conversion happens, you can give us a call and Mike Liska is ready to answer questions at any time. Sanitary sewer rehab near Elm and Hickory. Construction's underway and will extend beyond the May 31st, 2026 final completion date due to some unforeseen issues related to poor sewer condition. Contractor has brought an additional subcontractor on board to assist with reinstating the sanitary service located under the property on the corner of Hickory and Elm. HR Green is providing shop drawing review, pay application review, and will continue to assist with any construction-related questions. And then the City of Anamosa Master Services Agreement. I prepared the March-April project status report and attended the April 6th City Council meeting. I worked on the City Bridge Scope of Services Coordination. Provided review of Sunstop Convenience Store, revised site plan and traffic impact study. Hamilton and 2nd Street reconstruction preliminary cost estimate and scope of services is being wrapped up. And the Northland subdivision construction materials review and inspection coordination with Boomerang and city staff is ongoing. Are there any questions?
What's the Hamilton and 2nd Street? Is that by the elementary school?
Yes. Yep. So it is a block of Hamilton between 2nd and 1st. And then on 2nd Street, a few other improvements to also help improve that drainage. There have been a number of complaints along Hamilton there.
I thought we were pushing that back a year. Am I wrong on that?
I had it that we still left that one in the project list for this year.
Okay.
So, trying to think of.
Was it a scale? Did we scale that scope down?
No, there was
initial conversation to have it more broad.
Yeah, there were two. Well, it's kind of a vast area, actually. It's connected with several other issues. And I know there's just a low lying or elevation issue, which is, I think, the primary complaint from the layperson's perspective, which includes me. But I think there's more to that project than just that. So my request to Melissa early on, and as we talked during our strategic planning, was how do we address that issue specifically as best as we can, which may go a little bit larger than just the elevation issue. But I don't recall. I would have to go back and look at the project planning list to see how much we left in there for the project.
So that being said, then did we push the project back for the wood, I call it railroad tie bridge?
No, that one is also still in there. That one is not as clear. That is also kind of tied into bridge inspection and contingent on possible funding, depending on what direction we can go with it, which I know Melissa's been looking into a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Some of for the newer council members, we could have potentially got some FEMA funding a couple of years ago. We struggled, however, with coming up with documentation that they were requesting from a long ago project that, we just didn't have the documentation to show, so FEMA kind of pulled out. And we had to postpone it from last year, so that bridge needs to be handled soon.
I just haven't seen anything about it.
Yeah, it's still on there, but we haven't got anything for it last year.
Okay, thank you.
Melissa?
Yeah.
On the Third Street project,
Yes.
do you have a alternative plan if the permanent easements are not obtained?
I do not at this point. We haven't reached that point with acquisitions at all. So, if there is an issue, we would definitely figure out a workaround. I mean, I do know there is significant site issues if you're talking about moving the sidewalk from the south side to the north side sooner and crossing the street closer to the fire station. Just as far as the ability to see people crossing the road right there with the hill and the curve. So we'd have to look into that more. I think there are alternatives available, but we have to look at it. I'm hopeful that we could get the easements and that we can work through the issues that were discussed at the meeting.
Well, and then the next question I have is, because of the permanent easements, I know some of those houses are fairly close, and I don't know if those are the ones that need the permanent easement, but would that easement affect their setbacks?
No,
Not at all?
it does not.
Okay,
Setbacks based on the right of way.
what's that?
The setback is based on the right of way location.
Okay, but it's not gonna affect if they wanted to do something. They have to go back another 3 feet or whatever. It's okay.
No.
Okay.
Melissa, what's the total number of easement acquisitions required? Do you know that? for
I
the
do
13?
not know that
Right.
off the top of my head, but I can get that to you probably even before the meeting's over or at the end of the meeting.
Just trying to get an understanding of how long this could possibly take.
Yeah.
As you're aware, it only takes one to disrupt.
Mhm.
Will there be any additional public meeting once we get the information from DOT?
We do not anticipate another public meeting, but as we're working through easement negotiations, it's very possible that we can meet with individual property owners to talk about issues or concerns that they have.
I think that would be helpful in discussing the site issue. If we move the sidewalk closer to the crossover closer to the fire department.
For the two people who complained or for in general?
Think just in general, I think that it's a good idea if we can have more information available to everybody. They'll understand perhaps why that is not an ideal location.
Once I work with our traffic team on that, because I also wanted to look with them on what would be needed for some potential notification. You know, if we have to put in some flashing lights or something that would make it possible. So I wanted to talk to them, but then we could pull together a quick little exhibit and some costs and give that to you.
Thank you.
The alley sewer in the alley between Ford and North Hubert. Do you know how many total change orders have been brought on with that project? I know that we have some before us this evening to discuss and approve, but I'm just curious as the total overall.
Hi, Haley Gingrich, HR Green. So far, we've approved one change order for that project. The second change order is actually an overall deduct of almost $500. There will be a third change order just to zero out the quantities because some quantities went over, some went under. That we're anticipating will also be a deduct, and that'll be the final change order, and then we can release retainage and close out the project.
Thanks for that. Haley.
Mhm.
Lastly, Melissa, you spoke of unforeseen sewer related issues on the
Yeah.
Elm and Hickory.
Yep.
Details of those?
That's why I'm here. I thought there might be some questions. So, as most of you probably know, that sewer crosses at a diagonal through or under several inhabitable structures. One of those happens to be under, I call it the Harley Davidson property. It's under their shop. So the service actually drops down underneath their floor into the sewer. So there's no issues lining that sewer. This project came about because it's such an old sewer and it's made of Orangeburg material, and it just was not designed to be under homes like this. So it's been collapsing slowly over time, and we need to repair that and line it to prevent it from collapsing under one of these properties and causing a sinkhole or something. So we're lining the project. The issue is this service that drops in under the building. The sewer has squished so much that they can't go back in after they line with the robotic cutter to cut out the service because there's just not enough room for their robot. So what they're proposing is to actually go into this person's shop. Luckily, it happens to be in the garage and not in their living room. Saw cut a 5x5 square and reinstate the service that way. So the alternative, if we were to look at relocating this sewer main, so it's not under these buildings, you're still going to dig up this person's floor and have to reroute their service. So, unfortunately, with these old sewer rehabilitation projects, you're going to have surprises in the field and everything. But even with the change orders, it's still going to be far less expensive than the alternative.
When you talk about lining, that's pulling the pipe through the existing.
So this is it's a CIPP liner, cured in place pipe, and it's like kind of like a soft sock, essentially inverted, that they pull through, and then they inflate it with steam to cure it in place.
The placing of the service inside of the garage, the residence. Is that the best route to go or just the cheapest route to go?
As opposed to rerouting the service?
Well, I don't know. I'm not in this line of work. So would it be a possibility to make that service outside of the structure?
You could reroute it. It would be based on where the sewer is located. You'd have to reroute it probably out under the sidewalk and then back around. I mean, it would be quite the project. So it's not just cost, it's just practicality and everything. You guys don't want to go there if you don't have to. And this CIPP liner, this is a standalone new structural pipe. So it's a good alternative. It's not just a Band-Aid.
Thank you.
Have the residents of this structure been notified about this?
Yes, Steve and Shane have been handling that, and he has been great to work with. Thank goodness. Yeah, super reasonable.
Would that require sign off? Or is it just a
We have an easement.
gentleman's agreement?
I mean, we have an easement that he agreed to work along that sewer, and technically this is within the easement.
I think a lot of us would sleep better if we had something signed.
Well, if we have a legal easement, we can look for more. I guess I'll reach out to the attorney and see what additional steps we would need to take for something like that.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go back to the Ford and Huber Street project.
Yeah.
sorry, since we were talking about change orders.
Mhm.
That wall that collapsed,
Yes.
I drove by this thing. And that, I mean, you're talking about a section like about as big as this table, is that what I'm seeing?
About.
And they repaired that with concrete, $7,000, over $7,000 for them to slap some concrete in there.
Yeah, you guys probably didn't see the detailed change order, I suppose, straight from them. I'm not sure if that was attached, but it was all T&M, time and materials. So, and we had our inspector there to track everything. So it all checks out.
All right.
Did include rebuilding that, the stone wall too.
The retaining
Yes,
wall
yeah.
itself. Yes, that's all that was. Yeah.
And there was a handrail too.
Yep. That was a separate part of it.
Where is that at?
That would be the church property. Yeah, they had to have a welder there. I mean, just to get that handrail removed and
Okay.
replaced was,
I'm looking at that wall, I go, oh, handrail.
oh, yep, two separate things.
Okay, good. All right. As long as it's been checked out. Okay, thanks.
Thanks for the updates and being in attendance at the council meeting.
Thanks.
4.2 School Resource Officer Report, Annual Presentation and Discussion of SRO Program. School Resource Officer Kunkel. It's been requested that this presentation be tabled as Officer Kunkel was not going to be available this evening. Something came up after the agenda was published.
Move to table 4.2.
Second.
Motion by Brian, second by Dan to table the School Resource Officer Report. Council, do you have any discussion on the motion? Public comment on the motion. Kaylee, would you conduct a roll vote, please?
Yes, here. Yes.
James Smith,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Trump,
Yes.
Motion to table carried. Jeremiah, I assume you'll get that placed back on the agenda as early as convenient for all parties. Yes. Thank you. 5.0 Public Hearing. 5.1 Public Hearing. Public hearing on the proposed establishment of the 2026 Cuba Second Edition Housing Urban Renewal Area. Item A, Mayor opens the public hearing. Public hearing is open. We'll transition to proceedings for discussion. If the public has any questions or comment, please come to the podium. Item B, Mayor closes the public hearing. Public hearing is now closed. 5.2, Resolution 2026-25. A resolution to declare necessity and establish an urban renewal area pursuant to section 403.4 of the Code of Iowa and to approve urban renewal plan and projects for the 2026 Cuba Second Edition Housing Urban Renewal Area.
Move to approve resolution 2026-25.
Second.
Motion by Rich, second by Todd. Council discussion? Public comment? Haley, please conduct a roll vote.
Yes.
James Smith,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Trump,
Yes.
James Smith, David,
Yes.
Motion to approve resolution 2026-25 carries. 5.3 Ordinance 971, first reading. An ordinance providing for the division of taxes levied on taxable property in the 2026 Cuba Second Edition Housing Urban Renewal Area pursuant to section 403.19 of the Code of Iowa.
Move to approve ordinance 971 first reading.
Second.
Motion by Todd, second by Rich. Council discussion. Public comment. Haley, please conduct a roll vote.
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Crump,
Yes.
Bateman, Jada,
Yes.
Yes.
Motion to approve ordinance 971 first reading carries. 5.4, resolution 2026-26. Resolution setting the date of a meeting at which it is proposed to approve a development agreement with Forge Inc., including annual appropriation tax increment payments.
Move to approve public hearing for June 22nd, 2026 at 6 P.M.
Second.
Motion by Rich, second by Todd. Council discussion. Public comment. Kaylee, please conduct a roll vote.
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Crump,
Yes.
Jada,
Yes.
Yes.
Motion to approve resolution 2026-26 carries. 5.5, public hearing. Public hearing on the proposed establishment of the 2026 Northland Second Edition Housing Urban Renewal Area. Item A, Mayor opens the public hearing. Public hearing is now open. Proceedings for discussion. Item B, Mayor closes the public hearing. Public hearing is closed. 5.6, Resolution 2026-27. A resolution to declare necessity and establish an urban renewal area pursuant to section 403.4 of the Code of Iowa and to approve urban renewal plan and projects for the 2026 Northland Second Edition Housing Urban Renewal Area.
Second.
Motion by Kay, second by Rich. Council discussion. Public comment. Haley, please conduct a roll vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Bateman, Jada,
Yes.
Wyman,
Yes.
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Motion to approve resolution 2026-27 carries. 5.7, ordinance 972, first reading. An ordinance providing for the division of taxes levied on taxable property in the 2026 Northland Second Edition Housing Urban Renewal Area pursuant to section 403.19 of the Code of Iowa.
Move to approve ordinance 972.
Second.
Motion by Rich, second by Todd. Council discussion. Public comment. Haley, please conduct a roll vote.
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Wyman,
Yes.
Jada,
Yes.
Bateman, Crump,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Motion to approve ordinance 972 first reading carries. 5.8, resolution 2026-28. Resolution setting the date of a meeting at which it is proposed to approve a development agreement with Forge Inc., including annual appropriation tax increment payments.
Move to approve resolution 2026-28 and setting a meeting for that approval on the council meeting scheduled for June 22nd, 2026 at 6 P.M.
Second.
Motion by Todd, second by Rich. Council discussion. Public comment. Kaylee, please conduct a roll vote.
Yes.
Jada,
Yes.
Bateman, Crump,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Yes.
Resolution to approve 2026-28 carries. 5.9, public hearing, fiscal year 26 budget amendment. Item A, Mayor opens a public hearing. Public hearing is open. Proceedings for discussion. Item B, mayor closes public hearing. Public hearing is closed. 5.10, resolution 2026-29, amending the annual budget amendment for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026.
Move to approve resolution 2026-29. Second.
Motion by Rich, second by Dan. Council discussion. Public comment. Kaylee, please conduct a roll vote.
Taylor,
Yes.
Hickman. Yes. Crump,
Yes.
Hurt,
Yes.
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Weimer,
Yes.
Motion to approve 2026-29 carries. 6.0, postponed items, unfinished business. 6.1, review and approve site plan for Sunsop Development located at 100 Chamber Drive. You guys would come to the podium, state your names, please.
Josh Sundstrom. Dave Schneider, Schneider Land Surveying, 906 First Street North, Farley, Iowa.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to CB meeting. Not sure if council will have any questions. Is there any statements you would like to make?
Yeah, basically just trying to retro that existing site into what Josh wants to occupy it as and use it for on that property. Basically that convenience store with fuel pumps and the drive-through coffee shop.
You've been working with HR Green to kind of fix the issues and delayed it a little bit, is that right? And everything has checked out as far as your understanding of what needed to be done to kind of get that project back up and running?
Yes.
If we approve the site plan tonight, what would be the start date, or what would be the anticipated start date to complete the project?
It'd come down to timing, but we're looking to get in there as soon as we can. I mean, if we get approval tonight, then I'll look at as far as when we can get the excavator back in, clean out the hole, get the gravel back out, and get those tanks set back in, and then core everything out. I think without any other setbacks, I think by August 1st, we could be looking at being open, but don't know for sure. Still could be some equipment delays.
Thank you.
I'm looking at this plan now. And boy, it just doesn't look like there's a lot of room to turn around there.
For
Are
the,
you satisfied with that? Like where your canopy is, where the bumps are gonna be?
it's tight there. That's what we've been back and forth trying to get a larger opening to get a little bit better access there. Obviously the SUDA standards was not as large as we would like it to be. But as long as we're able to take the other side out, I've talked with Chris Tyson. He's open to that, allowing us to have free flow onto the Tyson side of it.
Okay. So what I'm reading, it looks like there's a curb gonna be there. Is that just an existing curb?
That's existing.
And you're taking that out?
Mhm.
Okay, that helped a lot.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, how much coffee business do you think you're going to do for the drive up? And the reason I'm asking that is coming off of Chamber, how many cars can you have backed up ordering coffee without hindering flow of traffic on Chamber?
So from the sign back to getting into the curb, I think we'd be about four cars, but that's, if you see on the site plan, we have an awning coming off at the side of the building and a second lane, so that as we start to approach 3 cars in line waiting to order, we can start moving people around and take orders at the windows up front, and then we can get 6 to 8 on the other side of the sign.
Okay, so you've got a plan in
Yeah.
case.
Yep, and then we have
Too big back
spots,
up.
and then we have spots further up that, again, we've got it, we can move you forward and have you wait, and then we'll bring the emitter out. So, I don't know if you've seen on the side of the building, we put in a door there. That's not just a window, it's a fully opening door. We can just have the window or it's a quick open door, so you can have an employee going out, taking orders at the window and moving people along.
And that canopy, is that on the west side? On the parking lot?
Yeah.
side?
Yep.
Tyson's Park.
Yep.
Okay.
And then one other question, and I'm just kind of curious, but looking at the driveway for Quick Star and your entering point or exit point, I'm not sure if that's going to be exit only coming onto Chamber on the gas,
On the gas side,
on the south side of the building, yeah.
the south side of it, it would be two-way.
That'd be dual.
That would be dual.
Okay.
The north side will be entrance only.
So should the entrances match up or not necessarily?
You know, the goal would be to, but we're trying to retro an existing building here and accommodate south of that. I think they do their.
I have to look at specifically where their drive lines up, but. Yeah, so that their drive is into our building.
Right. Okay. So it'd be impossible for you guys to match up sites.
Yeah.
Okay.
For all practical purposes, that driveway is fairly close to where the original one was when Quick Start was approved. We just had to accommodate it, slide it just a little bit further south to allow as much traffic as possible to move through that gas canopy. And with the reduced size that we were allowed. Will you guys have enough room to get a semi in there, a tanker to fuel?
So with eliminating the curve on the Tyson side, the fuel delivery will back into the tanks.
From the west.
Mhm.
My question would be for Melissa or HR Green. So all the obstacles, hurdles that delayed this project, they've all been resolved, discussed in detail.
They have
Uh,
all been discussed.
the end resolution has been agreed upon.
There are some remaining review comments. And I am not sure if you have worked with the city yet for the development permit that's required.
Oh, no, we have not.
So kind of like we've done with other site plans that I've reviewed, the comments are minimal at this point. They'll be easy to work through. So I've offered our recommendation based on them meeting the review comments that I have left, and also working with the city to get their development permit before they start work again.
So you two guys are in agreement with that statement that everything, unless some underlying comes up, everything is attainable.
Yes.
Has DOT been involved at all in this particular process?
They have not been involved in this process. The same exact review that was done for Quick Start, though, the same process and the same standards were all used for this site. So, and it was even the same engineer that did it. So pretty much came out to be the same traffic study. We talked a lot about traffic on Chamber. So again, our review focused on their site and how it interacts with the surrounding sites. It's not an individual review of how traffic moves on Chamber in that existing condition. So
You guys have a plan for snow removal? Cause I mean, you're not in a lot of area there.
Yeah, snow removal will be back to that northwest corner. That's where it will get piled until hauled out. Right, I said that right. Yeah, northwest corner, yep.
Ultimately, it's gonna have to be hauled out.
Yeah, yep. But that'll be staging until we haul it.
So the two driveways, the one going to Quick Star and your map. This might be a question for Melissa. Does that, with them being offset a little bit, does that help the traffic flow? Or does it?
I asked that same question of our traffic engineer and he didn't really give me a clear answer. He said he looked at it and it isn't causing any conflicts that would occur if they were, it doesn't cause any additional conflicts if they were set
Right.
offset across from each other.
Well, it is the Quick Star one, is that the one that they said was going to be an entrance only?
No,
That, this
This
is the
is-
one that's gonna be also an entrance and exit?
yes,
Okay.
yep. They have another one that is farther to the south that is the entrance
That's gonna be
only.
the entrance.
Because that was too close to the stoplight and everything else.
And there, at, when you go into your drive-through, that part of Chamber, we're not making a middle turn lane or anything like that, or creating a middle turn lane there, correct?
There's not room on Chamber to do that right now.
Would it be beneficial in some point of this to at least address the sidewalk? Because isn't there gonna be a sidewalk that's gonna go up that side
Yes,
eventually? So during this process, would it be beneficial to address that?
they have a sidewalk.
It's in the site plan. Put a sidewalk on
Okay,
the frontage of this property.
okay.
Will there be a crosswalk?
So there is a crosswalk at the traffic signal at 64. And then there's a sidewalk on the Quick Star side and on this side. So it would be up to Tyson's then. That's where the sidewalk would stop at their property line for Sunstop. So then for Tyson's to pick it up and continue to carry that north to the next intersection.
I'm just a little bit concerned about the backup of traffic. I go over Cedar Rapids and I see these places 15 cars deep, you know. I mean, I hope you have that business, but I'm just concerned about it. You know what I'm talking about when you've seen these. I know there's one in Lindell Mall that just, oh, it's so backed up.
So what we've done with the site plan to accommodate multiple cars in line and processing through, it doesn't do us any good to have 15 cars backed up because then people aren't coming by anymore.
Right.
And our traffic levels aren't going to compare to that one at Lindale Mall.
No, nobody does.
We have a small site in Tipton. And if we get to 4 cars in line, then we're onto the street, onto a side street, and we haven't had any issues over there. The city has said that we've done a great job mitigating that and moving people through. We have a larger accommodation for cars here than we do in our Tipton location.
So my other question, most important question, are you gonna have bakery stuff tip the bakery?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yep.
Melissa, I just want clarification
Mhm.
for the record. HR Green is approving or indicating for the council to approve everything that's been submitted. The work through may still be slightly fluid,
Mhm.
but the agreements in a sense have been reached. Is that correct?
That is correct. My recommendation states that with the understanding from the developer that the remaining review comments will be addressed and the requested information provided, there is no reason to deny approval of the 100 Chamber Drive site plan and supporting documents.
Thank you for going on the record. Council, is there any more discussion on your end? I will go to public for comment and they circle back if somebody thinks of something. Public comment on the review and approval of site plan for Sunstrop development. Council?
Move to approve the site plan for Sunstop Development located at 100 Chamber Drive.
Second.
Motion by Brian, second by Dan. Council, is there any further discussion? Kaylee, would you conduct a roll vote, please?
Yes.
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 Yes. Approval of the site plan for Sunstop development carries. Josh, whatever you can do to expedite, because we do value your business from the community, as well as I know for a fact that the area would appreciate it as well. Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
7.0 council action item. 7.1 ordinance 973 first reading, amending chapter 92.07 of the Anamosa Code of Ordinances by amending section 92.07 subsection 3 pertaining to late payment penalties.
Move to approve ordinance 973.
Motion by Rich, second by Kay. Council discussion. Public comment. Kaylee, please conduct a roll vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Wyman,
Yes.
Jada,
Yes.
Hickman. Yes.
Motion to approve ordinance 973 first reading carries. 7.2 ordinance 974 first reading, amending chapter 99.10 of the Anamosa Code of Ordinances by amending section 99.10 pertaining to sewer user fee adjustments.
Second.
Motion by Kay, second by Rich. Council discussion. Public comment. Haley, please conduct a roll vote.
Yes.
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Wyman,
Yes.
Jada,
Yes.
Hickman. Crump,
Yes.
Motion to approve ordinance 974 first reading carries. 7.3 resolution 2026-30, setting the wage of part-time LCC personnel for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2026.
Move to approve resolution 2026-30.
Second.
Motion by Rich, second by Todd. Council discussion. Public comment. Haley, please conduct a roll vote.
Dan Smith,
Yes.
Yes.
Jada,
Yes.
Hickman. Crump,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Motion to set wage for part-time LCC personnel carries. 7.4 review and approve professional service agreement amendment number 1 with H.R. Green for the Elm and Hickory Street Sanitary Sewer Project.
Steve Agnes, Utility Superintendent. So with this project and the condition of the pipe and the contractors, we've had to involve Haley a lot more than what we originally planned on. So to finish this project out, we have to ask for an amendment to the contract.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Rich, second by Tim. Council discussion. Public comment. Haley, please.
Kleiner,
Yes.
Vega,
Yes.
Smith, Crump,
Yes.
Hurt,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Motion to approve professional services agreement amendment 1 carries. 7.5, review and approve change order number 3 for HR Green in the amount of $432.50 deduct for the Ford and Huber sanitary sewer project.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Rich, second by Todd. Council discussion. Public comment.
I just want to
please.
clarify, sorry, I just want to clarify, it's not an HR Green change order. It's actually for Chigfry, the contractor. It was a little misleading on the letterhead. So just want to make sure that's.
Kaylee, please.
Vega,
Yes.
Smith, Crump,
Yes.
Hurt,
Yes.
Anderson,
Yes.
Kleiner,
Yes.
Motion to approve change order 3 carries. 7.6, review and approve purchase request from MVP in the amount of $18,525 plus labor and mileage to replace a faulty light pump at Second Street Lift Station, Public Utilities.
Steve Agnes, Utility Superintendent, actually should be to repair faulty pump.
Steve, you ever ask the electric pump to look at those pumps because they are flights, right?
I have not.
Because ultimately MVPs just get the parts from electric pump and mark them off. That's my
I
point.
don't think they do. I think they get them directly from Flight. I will verify with that though.
Cause those pumps are like what, 80-some thousand, at least new?
It's on the quote. Yeah, $88,665.
And I guess the other question I would have, are we backing out lift stations?
We're trying to get to them and clean them out once a year.
When's the last time that one's been done?
I can't tell you when that one was done last. I think it was last year, but I can't tell you for sure.
It may have been in there, but I missed it. Is there a warranty on the repaired? Once it's repaired, is there?
There's a standard. It's either 6 or 12 months.
Thank you.
So this is the third pump in this brand that we've had to replace.
No, this is the second one that you've seen since you've been on the council. We've had 2 pumps that have gone down at this lift station, but they've been in since 2012.
So what was the was there a well pump? Something?
Yeah, that was well 6. This is a lift station pump at the lift station that's right over here.
Right. And this is the only second pump altogether that we've replaced since I've been on the council.
That has come to council. I've had to repair some other ones. Then we're not replacing this one. We're just repairing.
Right, I know that.
There's been a couple other ones that are within my spending limit that you guys don't see until the bill shows up.
So I know we've had this conversation before, but do you look at other companies when things like this happens, or when they have to rebuild it? these are the guys that are gonna
These are the guys that are the closest and the easiest to get a hold of. And they do really good work and I've had nothing but good luck with them. I'm not really fond of electric pump. I've been working with them right now for 5 months to quote a panel repair at the wastewater plant and I can't get a quote from them.
$18,525, Steve, is for materials, correct?
That's for the repair parts
It does not.
and the labor.
Yes, as stated, it does not include labor.
It doesn't, that's the installation labor that's not included when they bring it back and the travel. But the shop labor is included in the
Thanks for
18.
clarifying that. Also, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Motion by Rich, second by Kay. Further council discussion? Public comment?
Thank you.
Haley?
Dave Smith. Yeah. Crump,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes.
Dan Smith,
No.
Myron,
Yes.
Jada,
Yes.
Motion to approve and repair from MVP for the flight pump carries. 7.7, review and approve consent agenda, pay request totaling $180,273.78. There is 7 items listed. I will read all 7 off. Council can make a motion that includes consent, which will bring all 7 up for discussion and vote. Item A from Boomerang in the amount of $78,196.79 for the Elm and Hickory Sanitary Sewer Project. Item B from Boomerang in the amount of $3,647.44 for the Elm and Hickory Sanitary Sewer Project. Item C from EC-COG in the amount of $975 for the Downtown Facade Revitalization Project. Item D from EC-COG in the amount of $8,000 for the Anamosa Comprehensive Plan. Item E from HR Green in the amount of $2,800 for the Water Treatment Plant Aerator Replacement Project. Item F from Martin Garner in the amount of $2,602.25 for the Downtown Facade Revitalization Project. Item G from Chick Fry Excavating in the amount of $84,052.30 for the Ford and Huber Sanitary Sewer Project.
Move to approve consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Rich, second by Tim. Council discussion.
So we had to get a place to them to store their stuff for the downtown revitalization project by April 1st. That's a long time ago. What's going on with that? Why have they not started?
I will have to look into it. I guess I'm not sure. You're saying that we got it approved a long time ago, but they have not moved anything in yet.
When Derek talked to us, when I was against using up parking space, he made the statement, well, they plan on starting April 1st.
Sure,
So we have to make the decision quickly.
sure. And nobody has moved in yet, so you're
Yeah.
just questioning the timing of it.
Yes.
Okay. I'll have to look into it. I'm not sure what the movements or the timetable for the construction is. We do have it blocked off. So there's not going to be a part there, but I'll look into that for you.
I mean, it's not a major deal to me, but when we have to make a decision pretty quickly, to
Sure.
me, I feel we're pushed on that decision. And then now nothing's being done. So that's,
Yeah, understood. I'll look in time.
Thank you.
Get back to you.
I have a question on the comprehensive plan that we've now received after 2+ years. The amount that ESCOG is sending us as a payment is $8,000. Was that a pre-negotiated amount, or, I mean, seems to me we've been waiting 2 years. It's kind of like the truck that we were waiting on for Shane for years before it finally became ours. I guess I don't remember. It's probably been when I've been on the council, but I don't remember seeing an $8,000 estimate for that plan, but I'm a little disappointed with the length of time that it's taken to get to us. Any thought on that particular, I guess, question?
I have lots of thoughts. I would concur with you. It was a pre-existing contract. It was signed nearly 2 years ago. It was to complete the 2025 comprehensive plan. The estimated time to complete that was 12 months. Which I believe I've discussed some of this with some council members. We had a different date in mind of when I believe that they started versus when they said that they started. And they are currently behind that plan, that time limit. So we've received an estimated completion date in October, February, or March, which we've been telling the public's been expecting. Here we are past February, March.
I guess, and I haven't looked at whatever contract or agreement that was signed, but we have contractors that do work out in subdivisions, and they have certain benchmarks that they have to hit, or that they're coming in and repairing things, and if they don't get them done by a certain time, there's penalties that are imposed. I guess I'm not sure that I think that at this point, I'm not real sure that I think that they've lived up to their performance of the contract. I'm a little bit hesitant to approve an $8,000 bill for that. Like I said, I'm disappointed with how long it's taken to get this. It seems like they're asking for us to perform our end of the contract when they may not have lived up to theirs. So that's just my 2 cents.
I would recommend the council echoes that sentiment, and you would like me to reach back out. They do have a new director. I will clarify that the former director and a employee have both reached out to apologize for the delay. But if the council feels that way, would like to not approve this, I would certainly reach back out to them and make our case that. But just to clarify, the agreement that we have with them specified for completion of the plan, and then provided a estimated completion time of 12 months. So it doesn't specifically say 12 months, but that has been what has been expected from the onset. So I would be certainly willing to reach out to them and make our case if that's the way the council feels.
Well, I'll tell you about the delay. How did they rationalize?
Well, it started out, we believed it was going to be completed in October of last year, because we had been discussing this for 6 months prior to them actually taking it on. So I believed it was going to happen from October of 2024 to October 2025. They didn't actually start comprehensive plan until March or April of 2025. Making the date.
So you're still past their 12
They're
months.
still past their 12 months either way. And this came about because we EasyCog employees have reached out to us, probably 3 months ago, and we was going to try to schedule additional meetings. I'm not great at math, but I figured out the math was not going to work to get this completed by March. And I said something and they apologized and said there's been delays, additional delays. And they were going to try to get everything approved by next week.
Well, I'm going to amend my motion to remove EasyCog's $8,000 payment.
Rich is amending his motion to remove item D. Tim, do you second the
I'll second
amended
it,
motion?
yes.
Okay, so motion by Rich, second by Tim to remove item D, ECOG payment of 8,000 for the Anamosa comprehensive plan. Is the $8,000, is that being affected by the lengthy amount of time that it has occurred? Or is the 8,000 an agreed upon contractual number?
It's the agreed upon contractual number. Again, the language is just uncertain. It was to complete the comprehensive plan with the anticipated time frame of 12 months.
I'm not opposed to paying them for their work. I'm opposed to being held to an $8,000 bill without a little bit more explanation.
Well, I would expect a completed plan before we pay.
We agree with Rich on that.
And I would also ask that instead of giving us a single line telling us what the amount was, I'd like to see a little bit more detail as to how they're breaking that $8,000. Because this just tells me that they want $8,000, but it doesn't tell me the time, who did what. I think it needs to be a little bit more, particularly in light of the fact that they have missed certain benchmarks.
Yes, on a side note, I was just going to mention, because this was brought up last meeting, as far as breaking down these more clearly. So if you'll note on the other EasyCog invoice, they have in fact done that as requested. So yeah, we can reach out to them as far as being consistent across the board with those.
Public comment? Haley, would you conduct a roll vote, please?
Crump,
Yes.
Hickman. Yes. Shada,
Yes.
Weimer,
Yes,
Anderson,
Yes.
Kurt,
Yes,
Motion to approve, consent, a motion to approve pay requests less item D from ECOG in the amount of $8,000 carries. 8.0 City Administrators Report.
I don't have any.
9.0 Mayor and Council's Report. 9.1 Mayor's Report. I do not have anything. 9.2 Council Reports.
I do have an item that I forgot to mention about from the Parks and Rec Department. Mary Martinson donated money to have that train fixed down at Wapsiana Park. There seems to be a lot of vandalism going on that. It was discussed whether to just get rid of it. They're yearly fixing it, I believe. And but Mary reached out to Mary. I believe her mom and dad had something, which was John and Cecilia Hatcher, with putting that up in the first place. And she donated $750, I think, for that.
Sure was nice of her to do that.
Yes, it was. I'm sure her and Dave, her husband, be able.
has there been any Do we have any security cameras at the pool or the? At least that might be,
Marshall Weber, Parks and Recreation Director. I know we've got some security cameras at the pool and I know that they've tried to put trail cameras down at that playground. I've talked with some streets department guys and we've tried, I think we're coming up with a plan of making that playground a little less, I don't know, you can't hide in it as much, so we're taking some boards off, but leaving it as structurally sound as possible, just so it's a little harder to vandalize inside of it, so.
Marshall, is that well lit?
Um, other than the
Dark
streetlights,
spot.
I don't think it is as well lit. I mean, it is a park, so we will get anyone and that wants to come down and they can, I mean, it's easy to vandalize down there, so. I don't know if we can put up a security cam because it also relies on power, so. There's a lot of factors into it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Any other reports? 10.0 public comment for items not on the agenda. 11.0 adjournment. This evening's meeting is adjourned. Thank you to all.
I've seen a meeting before. And he's an assistant. He's shy.
Okay, yeah, I haven't seen the text that they left. So.